is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon once again. It's me, Francis, and we're live on Buhay Bahayan with Mia. Live, you can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and on Amazon Fire TV.
Oh.
Listen to us on the PHLV radio app or get our podcast on Apple
May 5
Podcasts,
second live.
Spotify, and iHeart Radio. And to my co-host, Mia.
Hello!
Parang kailan lang, no?
Hello! Fourth episode na natin, no?
Yep, eh.
Grabe,
Yes.
ang bilis.
Parang dumadami na yung puting buhok ko. And it's almost summertime, by the way. Look at our bright colors.
I know naka-floral ka.
Oo nga, it's summer. It's
Flowers.
getting hot.
What's hot?
It's the market is hot, and we have a
Wow.
special guest today. I'm energized.
It's hot too.
Oh yeah, she's very hot. She's
Yeah.
very hot. She's very
Sizzling
hot.
hot.
Okay, so
Ang
introduce ko na. Good afternoon to our viewers, everyone, our listeners.
Hello!
Hello. Okay, I'm gonna introduce her. She is a mortgage consultant, loan officer at Highlands Residential Mortgage, and former mortgage consultant, loan officer at Neighborhood Loans Las Vegas, and a former loan officer at Citibank, City Mortgage, I believe. And she also studied at St. Paul
Woohoo!
College of Manila. Yung mga, ano man tawag sa mga St. Paul?
Paulinians.
Paulinians.
Yeah.
All right, welcome our guest. Thank you for coming to Ms. Pia Bustos.
Hello.
Hello, Pia.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Good.
Thank you for coming.
Kamusta?
Hi,
Yeah,
Pia.
thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Whole setup. I like
Alright.
it. I like it.
So what brings you in today? Are we gonna interrogate you or what?
Interrogate away.
It's a lender discussion
Ano ba?
today.
Yeah.
Question and answer
Well,
portion.
bahay-bahayan, right?
Buhay-bahayan.
Buhay-bahayan. So,
Okay.
something to do with buying a house, right?
Yeah. So, do you wanna do your first question? I will. Let me-
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
You
I'll-
you go first.
I'll ask away. So, Pia, what's new in the market today? What can you what have you experienced recently? What has been going on, since the beginning of the year? Tell us more about what's going on in the lending world. Our title is Lending a Helping Hand.
Lending,
diba?
helping hand.
So you're a lender.
It's still, market is hot. There's still a lot of buyers out there. Not a lot of inventory, so you'll see a lot of multiple offers sa market. Even with the raising interest rate, it's still hot and people are still buying out there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the interest rates on average right now, let's say if I were a primary resident or I want to buy my own home, I'm gonna live in. What are the example of like the lowest rates out there, like you've seen
Nowadays.
It's really, it all depends,
Yeah.
right? You can't really just say this is the rate, right? But
Yeah.
you have to look at everything,
Yeah.
credit, how much yung down payment nyo.
Yeah.
Is it going to be primary residence, second home,
Yeah.
or investment? I would say just, don't quote me. Today, I would say it's going to be in a high six.
High six.
Yeah.
Between high six, low sevens right now.
I thought it was coming down because
Yeah.
I'm a lender myself.
Yeah,
I heard it was coming down the market. I don't really pay attention
Me
to
too, me
to it
too.
anymore. because
Everybody
the rates are
was thinking-
the rates are rates, right? So
Yeah.
if you want
Rates
to
are
buy now, then
rates.
buy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, beginning of this year, kala natin it's gonna head, going down. But
Yeah.
maybe January, February, you
Yeah.
saw it. It was like,
Yeah.
you could get high fives already. And then all of a sudden, it changed again. Maybe like 3 weeks ago, it went back again because
Went
of
back
the
up.
market employment, all that data, it gets affected.
Yeah.
So really, it's just hard to gauge kung when is it, when is it a good time to buy. If you're gauging it, if you're
Basing it on
you're
interest,
basing
yeah.
it from interest rate, it's just so hard.
Yeah.
Like, nung bumaba yung interest rate, it was just probably low for maybe a day or two, and it went up.
It changes every day.
It changes
Yeah.
every day. I think when buying a home, I think you gotta really focus on your mortgage payment. What will be your mortgage payment?
Comfortable.
What's your budget really? Kasi the rate is the rate. We can't control it.
Yeah.
Right. So if you watch the interest rate all the time, if you keep looking at it, it's
You'll never be able to buy.
everybody knows rates are high compared to
Right.
4 or 5 years ago. So hindi ka na makakabili kung if you're always gonna check, oh, the rate is so high.
Right.
I think really stressed out is how much are you comfortable
Monthly payments.
monthly payment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ako, when we start the buying process, I'm always asked, where do I begin? Nax, parang kanta.
Yeah.
Pero I always tell them, pre-qualify first.
Correct, yeah.
Diba?
Pre-qualify.
But my question is, in layman's term, how do you define a lender or loans? Yung very, very simple way.
Simple. It's like buying a car, right? Like when you go to a car dealership, you talk to someone, run the numbers, how much you can qualify, what's your budget, right? But it's more complex than buying a car, because when you're buying a car, you give them your, how much you want to pay for a
Right.
car. You don't remember how much you paid for the car. You remember yung how much is your car payment first. So if everything's good, you get the car, you get it, you buy the car, and that's it. But with mortgage, as a lender, my job is to really analyze, like, how much can you qualify based on your income, based on your monthly obligations, and all other stuff. Like, there's so many factors, like, if somebody had foreclosure,
Yeah.
or bankruptcy, or can you buy if you have those scenarios.
Yeah.
You
And I-
can.
Yeah. And I always get asked that question, like,
Yeah.
especially you work with I personally work with realtors. I work with Mia here. I always get asked that question, and I'm gonna ask Pia this question. So if you have a prospect and they will say, Pia, how soon do you think I should start looking, or how soon do you want me? That's always like the magic question, is that if I decide to buy right now, should I pre-qualify 6 months prior, or
Yeah.
what do you recommend doing for let's say a first-time home buyer or still a renter, and then they're renting? Oh, I'm renting $2,000 right now, and how soon do you think my lease is ending next month? Do you advise for them to
Yeah.
buy at an
Pre-qualify
impulse, or
already.
pre-qualify prior?
It's never
pre-qualify
too
first.
it's
Yeah.
never too early
Yeah.
to get pre-qualified, because most people, like, we're in the industry, so we know kung ano yung mga requirements.
Yeah.
But for somebody first time doesn't
Yeah.
know anything,
Yeah.
you gotta it's never too early. So you gotta look at your income again,
Yeah.
your work history, your credit score. Sometimes I get a lot like, oh, I don't have credit score. I should be
Right.
good, right?
That's right.
But
Yeah.
That's
in
right.
reality, no, it's
No,
not.
yeah.
You gotta have credit score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kung wala kang credit score and you really want to buy a house in the future, you gotta work on that.
Yeah,
So
that's
at least
super
6
easy
months,
for
yeah.
me.
6 months.
At least 6
yeah.
months. So,
Yeah.
so at least if you have credit issues,
Yeah.
then you'll know, like, oh, how do I address my these credit
Yeah,
issues?
so if somebody
If you
doesn't
need
have
to
a
fix
credit,
it,
so
diba?
maybe it will take some more time, right?
Yeah.
Pero if somebody, like, let's say, like what you said, their lease is gonna be up soon, right? Let's say what's today? May?
April.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be May,
Yeah.
right? So let's say June. June, your lease is up, so you should be starting to
Get
look into
pre-qualified.
getting pre-qualified 2
Yeah.
months
Right.
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Right? So like let's say everything's okay, like April, is it April? April, you get
April,
pre-qualified,
May, June, yeah.
everything's good, you have the funds, you have the credit score,
Yeah.
you like the payment, right? So it takes about a month to close it.
Yeah. So, to our
So-
viewers and listeners,
Yeah.
just make sure you have or you talk to a mortgage professional
Correct.
at least
Yeah.
6 months to even a year prior.
Yeah.
Because if you have plans like, if you plan on purchasing something, don't never do impulse buying. Kasi
Yeah.
ang buyer's remorse, that's the worst, and it will also reflect to a lot of realtors out
Yeah.
there
And
and to lenders,
especially with-
especially if
with
they're
me.
like in a rush.
Yeah, they would tell me, let's look for a house first. I would always tell them pre-qualify because
Yes.
it saves
Yes.
so
Kasi-
much time
Yeah.
and it saves so much frustration
Yeah.
also.
Correct.
Kasi
Kasi para
they
kang-
keep looking for higher priced homes when they're
Right.
only qualified
You're just
for this
gonna get,
much,
ano,
diba?
upset.
Frustrated yun. Yeah, frustrating for
Yeah.
them. So I always tell them pre-qualify kasi you're gonna waste my time also.
It's gonna
diba?
be a lot of surprises.
Yeah.
You're looking and
Yeah.
you found out how much is the mortgage payment, you can't
Right.
Yeah.
afford it,
Yeah.
then parang, nakakalungkot.
So when your clients come to you, they of course seek your professional help and ask for these figures. And what else do you advise them to do? Like, okay, Pia, I'm gonna get pre-qualified, run my credit now. What's next?
Next is to see your finances. How much have you saved up, right? It's always good to have money when buying kasi kailangan mo ng pang down payment,
Right.
kailangan mo ng pang closing costs.
Closing
Most people, they
costs.
don't know that. They think it's just
Yeah.
for down
Right,
payment.
Yeah.
that's it.
But
Yeah,
you do
and we
need
have down
those,
payment assistance. Last week we had
Yeah.
Michelle
Yes.
Yep.
from
Nevada
Nevada Housing, and we do have that as long as they
It's-
qualify, right? Because
right.
there's always
It's
yeah.
like a bonus if you can qualify for the down payment
Yeah.
assistance, right? But
Yeah.
it's always good to have money kasi, even if you get the down payment assistance program, there's still expense, right?
Yeah.
Moving
Yeah.
expense,
True.
buying furniture. You don't want to be totally zero
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
to the house. So what's gonna happen after that, right?
And I picked this up from a financial professional, and they always recommend having at least 6 months worth of reserves
Yeah.
for your monthly expenses. So,
It's-
if you have a monthly expense of $5,000,
Yeah.
even before you're now going to be paying a new mortgage,
Correct.
5 times 6, at
Yeah.
least have 30K saved up, so
Yeah.
that way
It's a
you'll have
lifestyle.
a reserve. Yeah.
Pag,
yeah.
pag homeowners ka, it's a lifestyle. You
Yeah.
know,
That's true.
you have it's not just owning a home.
True.
You gotta
true.
be mindful, like
Yeah,
with your
yeah.
spending.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out your how much you bringing in and what you're bringing out too.
Yeah.
It's just setting you for success, not
Very true.
failure.
Now, do you have any horror stories for us, like from your clients, yung mga
So
nag-apply
many.
sa'yo? I know through the
Really?
years.
Wala.
Walang
No.
horror.
Through
Lahat
the
happy
years,
ending.
knowing a lot of loan officers out there, like I
There's
just
so
laugh
many.
at them, and you're one of them that I have a regular conversation with. And
There's so many. There's so many.
Give me cite one example that's funny or scary at the same time, like
It's-
losing their job or whatever towards the end.
It's not funny, but maybe somebody can
Learn from it. Yeah,
from
exactly.
right?
Like-
So I had a client na husband and wife. He was thinking to buy a second home here. So my initial question, like, is it gonna be just you sa loan or kasama yung wife mo sa loan? Sabi niya, no, it's just gonna be me kasi I don't
The
want my
husband.
wife to
Yeah.
be on the
Lead.
ownership, the
Yeah.
lead, right?
Yeah.
Sabi ko, is there everything's okay? Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's okay. But yeah, we're thinking of getting we're kind of like separated. So I asked him, are you guys in good terms? Because when you're buying a house, even na hindi siya kasama sa loan, she will still need to sign a quit claim.
It's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Community
because we
property.
can't
You live in a
close.
community property state, they have to
Correct.
sign
They have
either
to sign.
a
In
quit
Nevada.
claim or Nevada or community property.
So sabi niya, yeah, everything's good. She'll sign. I'm sure she'll sign. Are you sure? Right?
Yeah.
So after maybe 3 weeks in the transaction, we're ready to close.
Yeah.
So okay, I need your wife to sign the quit claim, right?
Yeah.
So we send a notary, send the papers, and guess what?
What did
She
the wife
didn't
do?
sign.
The wife doesn't want to
Yeah.
sign it.
Wow. And you
So-
cannot even ask for a reason why because she refused to sign.
Well,
or-
they end up fighting.
oh my gosh.
Nag-away sila.
So,
Domestic
so
violence
cancel.
right there to
Nag-away
us.
sila. And
Make sure-
then, so the wife called the cops on him.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So nakulong pa siya.
Wow.
So it's really serious. It's really
Yeah.
important. Pag
Yeah.
bibili ka ng bahay and if you're going through something with your spouse,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's important na
Yeah.
So what happened with the deal? Nag-close?
Hindi
Hindi
unfortunately.
They went on the news and then the breaking news.
Yeah.
You can look them up. Their
But
names
it's,
are
you know,
bleak.
No. If I was...
I think that's the one that I cannot forget.
Yeah.
Kasi
Yeah,
with
that's
all the
that's
trouble,
a
right?
Truly horror
So,
story.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
wondering if it closed, the kasama yung wife sa deed.
I know
Oh,
you did.
Yeah. By the way,
unfortunately.
could they do that? Like just have her sign into the deed and
No, because they were asking her to sign a quit claim only.
yeah. How about if
Yeah.
we turn things around and say, hey, you know what? You'll be
You'll
part
be
of
part of the 50%,
this-
diba?
Well, they're not.
No.
After the incident,
You didn't.
hindi na nangyari
Yeah,
yun.
they probably went to jail or something. Yeah, I actually had an instance also wherein this was not there was no trouble, but the husband was traveling outside of the United States. And so the wife was actually purchasing because she was the only one who's working, but the husband went on a longer than normal vacation to the Philippines, and so it was like a 6-month
my.
vacation, and so she's like, oh, I forgot to mention, and it was part of my fault because I did not even ask, and because I asked her, I said, your husband needs to sign this. She's like, yeah, he's fine, he's gonna sign it, but she
But-
thought that it was electronic signing.
No,
That he could have done it. So
Yeah.
I was like, no. And so what happened was, but we still closed on time. So what had to happen was that we had to send the documents via DHL. So overnight, it cost a lot of money.
Yeah, but don't you have to sign it sa U.S.
U.S. Embassy, yeah. So he
Right?
had to fly to Manila to
Yeah.
go to the
Yeah.
U.S.
Yeah,
Embassy
yeah.
because it needed a U.S. notary.
Was that before COVID?
I think it was before COVID.
Yeah, kasi ngayon it's hard. You gotta schedule it.
Oh,
You
wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have to schedule it. It's like
Good to
a month.
know.
A
Yeah.
month
Wow, good
away.
to know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was before COVID, and then he had to go and look for a U.S. attorney. But now I think there's methods, even a regular attorney, as long as they have apostille or something like that. I'm
Yeah,
not,
something
not,
like
not
that,
familiar
yeah.
with the term, but yeah, you need a U.S. notary to sign
Exactly.
documents for
Yeah.
a property here.
Or if
So
they
because
know,
it's community property
if they
state.
know someone's gonna aalis,
Yeah.
they have to to do the POA.
Power of
Yeah,
attorney.
yeah. Special power of attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
pwede
that will
rin yun.
work, yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's key to make sure couples, or even if they tell you, oh, we're separated.
Yeah.
No, but legally
can't,
they're
yeah.
still married in the
Community
U.S.
Yeah.
And if you're buying in Nevada, especially, we're community proper state, and so
Right.
in any other community proper states in the U.S. So they need
So
regardless if they want in or out of the deed, they both need to be present
Exactly. Yeah.
or have to sign
Right.
with the notary.
Right.
Whether they're in Florida and you're buying a property here,
Right.
they still
Or-
have to get it notarized.
Or if somebody's getting divorced, they just have to wait till the
Divorce
divorce
decree.
is over.
Yeah, that's true.
Safer that way.
Yeah.
Less headache.
Yeah. So cool. Any other questions for Pia, Mia?
Ako, just for the viewers, kasi I'm always asked this. Well, I ask them and then they don't know. So when they get pre-approved already, I ask, what type of loan do you have? were you pre-approved for. They don't know the
Oh.
conventional loan, the FHA. They don't even know where to look. Where is it on the pre-qualify? What's the difference of all those loans?
There's so many. There's so
Yeah.
many cases.
Ano lang, simplified.
It's based on credit, right? Credit, yung mga derogatory nila, like
No, but what are the differences of FHA, conventional,
is
VA, ganyan?
FHA and conventional can be for first-time home buyers, really, right? It just depends on the credit score.
Yeah.
Ang FHA kasi, it's more, mas free sila sa mga may mababang score. But you don't have to do FHA all the time. That's a big myth, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not. FHA is, you can be a first-time home buyer and have conventional.
Right.
Pero ang conventional kasi,
Ano advantage ng conventional sa FHA?
the difference, if you have a high credit score like 740 and up, first-time home buyer, and you have low debt-to-income ratio, I suggest you do conventional. Kasi ang difference between the two, pag FHA, meron siyang mortgage insurance. And the only time you can get that off from your mortgage is to refinance it to conventional.
Yeah, that's another cost.
Pero pag conventional ka na, first-time home buyer, and then after 11 years, 13 years, it
I'm
will
not
come
sure.
off.
Yeah.
It'll come off. The mortgage insurance will come off. Or
I thought it was lifetime, like lifetime mortgage insurance. I'm not
for
sure.
conventional.
No. I mean
For
FHA.
FHA,
is
if
lifetime.
it's lifetime for the term loan. The only time you can take that out is pag nag-refi ka to conventional.
And then VA?
VA,
I know, I'm just for the viewers.
VA is great. Wala siyang
Walang PMI.
walang
No,
PMI.
what is a
MIP.
VA loan?
It's for people that serve in the military.
Yeah.
Yung
So,
may
yun ang mga
yung
differences.
Army, Navy, Air Force.
regular.
Yung reserves, it's different. They
Yeah,
have
regular
different
military lang. Yeah.
regular military.
Active, non-active, veteran, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes you have to just
Really talk to
your mortgage professional. Yeah,
There's
'cause
so
it's-
many.
It's not.
Yeah.
There's so
it's-
many things to know.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They get
And ask
intimidated.
questions.
Yeah, especially
Ask
nowadays
question.
the business is slow. You know, matira matibay, right? So you
And
can
they get
rely on-
intimidated to talking to lenders, especially
Don't
some
be.
of my clients. They would ask me,
True.
and I go, "You ask the lender. That's a lender question."
That's
Yeah.
our job.
Yeah.
Your
That's
lender
really
will
Don't
always be your
be-
advocate.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
They're,
right.
they're always
Explain better.
they will always try to push the loans for you. They're not gonna be strict
Right,
about it.
right.
They're not gonna give you a hard time.
Right.
They're just following instructions and following.
Sometimes I
guide
get
you.
people. Sometimes I get people though. Na, how come I can't qualify? How come
Yeah.
my other friend got qualified and this and that and that? Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Right.
Like you see Maria, siguro wala siyang, kahit mababa yung income niya, pero wala siyang utang, maka-qualify siya for more.
Right. Debt
So,
to income.
Yung debt to income ratio, it's really important.
Yeah.
I feel bad when when I'm pre-qualifying somebody and hindi pa talaga siya ready.
Right.
It's not, I don't want to approve you, but based on the numbers, right, we're not
can't.
quite ready yet.
Yeah.
So you gotta work on some stuff. Most of the time, ang problema, car payments. Eh.
Yeah, that's true. Learn to
So-
save. Yeah, it has
learn
to
to
be.
save.
You have to learn
Less
how to
debt,
save to our
better.
viewers. Yeah. Oo, kasi ngayon, especially the interest rates rising, the car payments are super high.
It's affecting.
It's like I've seen one
Yeah.
that's like 1,200 for a
It's-
regular pickup
yeah.
truck.
Parang mortgage
It's
payment
unbelievable.
na
It's
yun.
crazy. It's
crazy
crazy.
nowadays,
So
yeah,
if you're
so-
looking to really buy a house, maybe pause buying a car first.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Because
That's true.
keep in mind, every $50 on the payment, like your car payment, let's say it's $500 a month.
Follow the Ten Commandments.
That's like
Affects it.
100,000 on your purchasing power.
That's right.
Wow,
that's right.
$50.
That's a lot.
But still, imagine even the market, the lending side is slowing down. The purchases,
Yeah.
I did have I was
I think it's
watching
still-
the news earlier, and it's still going up.
It's
Home
so
values are still climbing.
multiple
65
offers out
million,
there.
yeah.
Multiple offers out there.
It's we're running out of time, folks. So we do have time for a joke.
Oh,
Pia,
did I bring a joke?
I also have a
bring
joke.
a
but-
joke?
I don't know. I did.
You did? Okay, go ahead, Pia. Let's hear your joke.
Let me see. So, it's for you.
Oh, for me?
It's for you.
Wow, thank you.
For
Sabi
you.
ko, no,
anak ko.
paano ba sabihin, bakit ang kalendaryo mas swerte sa'yo?
Bakit ang kalendaryo maswerte sa akin?
Aha.
I don't know.
Kasi mas marami siyang date.
Mas marami. So, ibig sabihin wala akong date.
It's a
Buti
joke.
na lang
It's
hindi
meant
para
for a
sa akin.
joke.
Marami naman akong date
Oh,
sa
for everybody.
Hindi nga ba? Kaya
sa mga appointments ko lang.
Si Francis walang date. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Baka lampas
I know.
sa kalendaryo.
Ayan, dalawang date ko.
More than 31 yun.
So anyway, I'd like to make a shout out to the Glory and Praise Choir from Prince of Peace. I'm part of that choir group there. Glory and Praise Choir. Shout out to you from Prince of Peace. And now I have a joke for you for that. It's not a choir joke, but it's somewhat related to our segment here. Paano mo malaman why or how do you know that Jesus has a lot of money? Jesus is very rich. He has a
Wow.
lot of money. Yeah. How do you
Sana
know?
all.
How do you know?
Kasi namamultiply
Marami siya.
niya.
Paano?
By miracle.
Parang yung loaves of bread ba? Ha? Eka, how do you know?
No clue.
He's so rich. Like, he has money. He has a lot of money. You know why?
Paano?
I'm sure you're familiar of the bumper stickers, right?
Yeah.
Jesus saves. Oh, yeah. Nag-iipon si Jesus. Kayo, hindi kayo nag-iipon, pero si Jesus nag-iipon pa.
Yeah.
So, to all our viewers, save money. Like
Save
Jesus,
money.
diba?
Ako rin,
Jesus
may
saves.
baon.
May meron ba? Yeah. We have time for Mia's joke, of course. Who's there?
Who's there?
You're the lehi.
Yodelehi who? Wow.
That's the one. That's
That was short and sweet.
That's it.
That was really short and sweet. Okay.
Sabay pa kayo eh. Dapat may
Thank you, Pia, for coming. Really
Thank you,
appreciate
Pia.
your time.
guys.
Thank you,
This
Mia,
was
and
pretty
to
cool.
our viewers and listeners. Thank you. You can watch us again on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Amazon Fire TV. Listen to us on the PHLV radio app. We get our podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Thank you for watching.
See you next
Bye.
week.
See you next time. Bye bye. Boom, 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 boom.
Yay.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.